Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video is a short vlog. I went to Bali and stayed at Ubud, but I've gone to several other places as well out of Ubud. I'm going to share with you some of my experience here of what I find Bali to be. So when we arrived in Bali, we tried a couple of cafes right at Ubud Street, and some cafes will include like the Prince Coffee. We bought a couple of like different dishes to try, like some pancakes, some spaghetti, and generally if you go to Bali, people would visit cafes, they'll go to the beach or even go up right at the mountains. Also note that Bali is a very highly touristed area, so things can get pretty pricey. Also note that sometimes the street isn't as nicely like paved for roads, or like there's not a lot of space for cars and roads, so do expect some time to reach your destination if you book a car. Or you can also get around Bali by booking some motorcycles or go bikes, so you kind of beat the jam by riding the motorbikes over there. And also mainly we also went to visit the Ubud Palace just to take a look at how the culture is like. And so even though Bali is part of Indonesia, which is known to have the most Muslims in the world, but in Bali I think mostly people practice Hinduism, so the culture over there and the buildings, you can see quite a lot of like temples, especially in Ubud. I think why people visit Ubud is to really get out of the city and really spend time with nature. Also people visit Ubud because there are quite a number of like big temples around there, so if you're interested in culture and also like interested in looking at the different temples, I guess Ubud is the place to go. If not, Bali is the place where you go to nice beaches, and basically that is where I went for the last 2 days of my trip. So I went to Ubud Palace and also the Ubud Art Market, where you can get some of the local goods. Highly recommend you to bargain because they'll upsell you for a lot of items. And also at the Ubud Street Market, so I think that what I really like about Ubud is that there are not as much tourists. You don't get too much congestion over at the central Bali. And another thing about it is that things there are usually cheaper, like cafe prices are cheaper, the street markets are cheaper as they don't get a lot of foot traffic. So just buy some stuff off the street market. I recommend you to go to Ubud instead of like the flea market right down in Denpasar. And apart from that, in Ubud there's a very like popular walk called the Campuhan Ridgewalk. So over there you get to, I guess, just see some temples right at the beginning and walk through some naturey path, which at right the end of it you would see a couple of cafes, more well built roads, and if you walk even further you get to see some like rice paddy fields. So it was pretty interesting. I don't really get to see a lot of like agricultural aspects right from where I'm from, so I think it's a very good experience. Of course, not forgetting that I have to show you my Ubud accommodations. Is right out away from the city center in Ubud. You get to have a nice pool. Most hotels or most Airbnbs in Bali, you can actually get a pool or a private pool. So if you don't really like the crowd, I think just book a place with an indoor pool or a pool outside your house. It's a nice place. You get a nice view of the sort of like a cliff, a valley, and overlooking some nature, trees and stuff like that. So yeah, that pretty much wraps Ubud up. Firstly, there's a lot of temples, and second, far away from the city, more around the naturey area, and third, I think lower prices. Still quite a number of cafes to choose from in the central Ubud area. So yeah, if you're not interested in crowded places or even going to the beach, I guess you can go to Ubud. And the last 2 days we went over to Seminyak Beach, or right over at southwest area, or more towards like the west area, where there's a really long stretch of beach. The most famous beach is called the Kuta Beach, where you can find a lot of people, a lot of beach clubhouses there. And yeah, so just wanted to really take a look at how the Bali beaches look like. And I think apart from the crazy amount of crowds visiting the beach, the sand quality is pretty good, and you get to see a very nice sunset view right at Seminyak beach. You can see like the sun rays and just the sun setting down. It's a nice place to chill. Even though the beach is really crowded, as you can see, I didn't feel that I had to squeeze a lot because the beach is pretty wide and long as well, so there's really a large amount of space for people to just spread out and find a spot to sit down. And of course, close to Seminyak beach, there is a very classy, nice looking cafe called 32 Do. Really nice entrance of the waters coming, and inside is really aesthetic. I think most people go over to the cafe to try some of the drinks there, like coffee, tea. Though it's a little bit pricey there, but views, vibes there is really good. Highly recommend you to just visit there. If you're not planning to buy anything, just take a look at the cafe. And my favorite part of the trip was visiting a beach clubhouse right over, really far away from Ubud at Uluwatu. The beach clubhouse is right next to the cliff, so you get to see really great views of the sea, the beach. And they also have a couple of great day beds to chill, food options, great cocktail drinks. I really enjoy myself over at the Uluwatu Cliffhouse. The only problem with that area is that it might take quite a while for you to reach. From the airport, probably about an hour, but highly recommend you to go there if you are already at the Denpasar area, the city center. Surrounding the clubhouse, there are a couple of cafes around there, but not as populated as the ones in Denpasar and even at the Ubud. So yeah, this concludes my short vlog of Bali. What I think of Bali. Honestly, I feel that Bali is an overrated place. Many people go there, but I didn't really find it to exceed my expectations. Food wise, I say that it's alright, not great, but I think because I live in Jakarta currently, I think Jakarta has better food. The taste of the food is better and the price is cheaper. And what really annoys me is also the transportation over at Bali. The prices there are insane. If you take Grab, the Grab prices there are quite crazy. So recommend you, if you want to Grab there, do not Grab there and just download the Gojek app. Gojek prices are usually like twice as much cheaper as you book a Grab car. So yep, Gojek the way to go for transportation wise in Bali. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the video itself gave you some insights of what Bali is like, and I hope that my opinions also help you guys out in planning your trip in Bali too. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again real soon for the next video.